Layla, target setter.
Sebastian, lead researcher.
Kashik, lead writer.
Thos, project coordinator.
Ben, project coordinator.
Dongting, analyst.
According to this information, we calculate out that the annual energy consumption of this building is about 570 million watt-hour.
We return to the USA, country with the highest energy usage per citizen in the world. It surely needs good renewable policy. More specifically, the Midwest, a mainly agricultural area, and therein Illinois, the windy state of highly inconsistent weather. Focusing, our problem is native to Chicago, a city with more poverty than most, but whose local politics largely support renewables. Chicago has a problem with much of its public housing. It was built in the 60s when energy efficiency wasn't an important factor, and has recently degraded since that time. The authorities haven't already fixed it because they have this problem all over the city, and can't deal with every instance. So our problem is less about unsustainable energy production, and more about massive energy losses. We have a back-end problem, rather than a front-end one.
The residents and the government. About the residents, most of them are female-headed, lower-income families of 3 to 4 children, and none of their gains are disposable. The government helps them, since those residents pay 30% of their income for the rent, and the rest is paid by the state.
Using the decision matrix method, we narrow down potential ideas down to 4. Out of 7, we chose the most sustainable, cost-effective, and feasible ones. Heating and cooling both contribute to 40% of the energy reducing energy around its brick walls.
Reduce energy consumption by 20% and save by $550 and save by $1.5 isolating
for 1.5 years.
renewable environment Texas can moreover contribute to reducing excess energy use.
Contribute to reducing
Means of transferring wasted energy to efficient
is yet another sustainable.
A system that uses shell insulation allows us to reduce the overall cost of the building completely. Rather than each individual element reducing the cost of the building, we take our system as a whole, and it results in massive drops in the amount of energy used over time. Because all the energy used in the building is retained, it is not wasted, it is used for a useful purpose. Even if an appliance is slightly inefficient and outputs heat rather than its intended effect such as light, that heat is still retained in the building. Therefore, the improvements that will be made to systems in the building, such as appliances, lighting, boilers, air conditioning, will have a massive overall effect, as none of the energy they're using is going to be wasted on the scale that it was before. This results in hugely reduced operational costs in terms of energy and money for stakeholders. In particular, the resident bills, which we project currently are around $3,300 per year on energy, that's gas and electricity, will drop by over 50% to around $1,400 per year. This is a massive difference that you can't understate to the quality of their lives, and it gives them a real chance to escape the poverty trap, which is the whole purpose of the public housing project, is to provide families with low incomes a chance to get back on their feet and start being properly productive and properly thriving. Additionally, the energy cost of the building we project will go down to around 40% of the current maximum. That's savings in all fields, but in particular, the cost of heating the building is going to go down massively, and the cost of hot water is going to also go down massively due to the more efficient cogeneration systems that we're going to install.
Our brief was to design a sustainable retrofit for a block of apartments in Chicago, a retrofit designed to increase the energy efficiency of the apartment block as a whole, increasing its ecological profile. There are 2 main constraints which our design had to meet. It had to be affordable, we could not increase the rent of the tenants, and the retrofit had to meet Chicago's building codes. We also had a few requirements for our solution. It had to be durable and long-lasting, and theft-resistant.
Chicago Cubs, redefining public housing.